I got on the phone with Columbus State. They was like, yeah, we want to get you on the Zoom call with everything going on. We can't have you on campus, but we want to get you on the Zoom call, you and your parents, and we'll give you a virtual tour. We have a virtual video tour that we give the guys that can't really come on visit. And you'll get to see how everything is and what it means and how it goes. We'll talk about everything. I'm like, cool. So me and my mom and dad, we all on Zoom with them, with the head coach, Coach Moore, and the assistant, Coach Butler. They play a little video that shows the whole campus, the Lumpkin Center, which is where we play. They show the dorm that I'm currently in. They show what it looks like. Everything that I would really need to know, and gave me information on the campus and stuff like that. And so it all looked well and good. But, this is the kicker. More attest to this. So it's gonna be about everything that's on campus. He said, so on campus you got your calf, you gonna have calf swipes that you won't have to worry about food and nothing like that. And then you also have Cougar bucks. You'll have about $550 in Cougar bucks that you can swipe on campus as money. And we got restaurants on campus like Einstein's Bagels and Chick-fil-A that you can swipe for and stuff like that. And I said, whoa, coach, hold on. There's a Chick-fil-A on campus? Yeah, we got Chick-fil-A on campus. He said, and I said, and you can pay for it with your Cougar card, like with your card. So yeah. You should have just started there, like, y'all should have came led with that out the gate. For real. A Chick-fil-A on campus, like, I'm halfway signed. They just bust out laughing. I was like, man, y'all alive. I'm for real. Like, you should have led with that fact that we got Chick-fil-A on campus. Man, Coach know that to this day. He was like, man, Chick-fil-A got Nelson.
Down. Down.
Yo, welcome into another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast with my guy, Defensive Player of the Year, Nelson Haskins. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I am wonderful, man. Just pushing through life, man. As the life changes of the black man in America, I am changing with. I don't like to do anything, but that just came to mind. But
oh man, I was gonna bust into a speech.
Man, it's. I was gonna say something, but I can't say it. But if I remember when we get done recording, I'll say it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm good, man. Everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Finna get ready to make this playoff run currently.
Yeah, I feel you, man. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, so we already know we wishing you well on that, man. Hoping come back with that dub and get a ring for us.
Looking for it.
Yeah, man. But like we know, you're currently at Columbus State, and before that, you at Bevill. So during that process of you getting to Bevill, man, you had to be recruited, right? And not every player has the level. Like, I ain't trying to compare you to like Kentucky's and Duke's and the high level players, but there's a level of recruitment that you had to go through. So I'm just interested to like understand a little bit more in depth about your process and like the process overall, man. So for you, when you were in high school, man, like what was like that first initial like piece of being like, man, I'm being recruited? Like, was it a conversation with a coach in general? Was it your coach telling you like, hey, I got interest from this person? Was it later? Like, what was that first thing that you know that you were being like sought after?
I can tell you right here. So it's funny because I mean, I played AAU in 11th grade, and I did a little something. No, like coaches never spoke to me directly. My AAU coach, Coach Knox, Laura, so told me that coaches hit him up about me and stuff like that. But I never spoke to any kind of coach directly or nothing like that. But whatever. So my senior year, against Selma High School, 2 junior college coaches there. Wallace Community College in Selma. So that was like a hometown. Like he was in his own town. He just had to come to the game. And then my future coach at Bevill State, Coach Suits, there. I didn't know this at the time that I was getting ready to play. This is unbeknownst to me. But I go out there, one of my best games. I had about 20 points. I think I had 20 points, 12 rebounds. Like close to a triple-double. 7 to 8 blocks. I had one of my best games. And I had a lot of dunks, like very active. We won the game. And after the game, both of them stopped and talked to me. They both offered me that day. The coach of Wallace name, Coach Evans, he said, Nelson, that was a spectacular game you played out there today, man. That you high energy, high motor. Introduced himself to me and stuff like that. He was like, man, I heard about you. And I down there in Mountains, I knew y'all played Selma, so I was waiting on the day you came down here to come play out so I could check you out for myself. And you ain't disappoint, man. He's like, let me get your number and let's stay in contact, man. We can chop it up about some things. I was like, cool, yeah, let's bet. Did that. Then Coach Suits right behind him. And Coach Suits was like, hey Nelson, it's nice to meet you. I'm Coach Tommy Suits. You played a really great game tonight. They told me you had 20 points, about 12 rebounds. I know you had about 6 or 7 blocks too. I said, yes, sir. He said, man, that's great, man. We need a guy like that on our team. We kind of lacked size and defense last year. He's like, let me give you my number and stuff like that, and we'll be in contact. I'm like, cool, do that. And then we get ready to leave. I get on the bus. I text both of them on the bus, like, hey, this is Nelson. Got my number. Both of them text me back. I had a scholarship from those 2 schools, both of them, after seeing me play once. And so now I'm cheesing the whole way home because this is the first real actual offer, like from another school, from a college school. I was like, man, like I feel like it's always crazy the first time. I can't speak for like the recruits in the world, like on like the ESPN 100 top 100 guys and stuff like that. I can't really speak for those guys, but I'm sure it could be the same. But like, no matter what age you are, I'm sure there was a point where you was like, hey, I'm really gonna be a college basketball player. This stuff is gonna work out. Like, because I feel like throughout life we just hoop. Like most of our life we just hooping, and we have dreams of going to play college basketball and going to the NBA and stuff like that. But I feel like there's a point where it becomes reality. Like, oh man, like I'm really gonna be a college basketball player. Like this ain't just a dream that I had no more. Like now I'm actually talking to colleges. So I feel like everybody had that kind of realization moment. And that was mine. So the whole bus ride home thinking about it, like, man, like this junk will actually work out. So that was my first real conversation with a college coach and my first real offer. It's funny that so happened to be my future coach, my future team at Bevill State at one of my first offers. So it was a real cool experience and everything. Like I was happy. Like I had never heard of Bevill State, heard of Wallace Community College, but I had never seen them play basketball and nothing like that. I only heard them as an actual school. But it didn't matter to me. I was like, college basketball team, scholarship, those are all the words I need to know. College basketball scholarship. That's all I need. I ain't care about nothing else. So that was my first real like recruitment, I don't know, conversation or experience.
So between them, what were like the main things you were looking at from them? What made you like pick and choose on the list? Like what were the pros and cons of both of them that you had like narrowed down on?
Well, all the schools that I ended up visiting and getting offers from, but mostly all JUCOs. But if we speaking specifically on those two out the gate, uh, my first thought was I started thinking about what city those two places were in because like I'm big on that. Like I said this on the show before. Three reasons people go to certain places to play sports: to be comfortable, to be paid, or to win. And so I'm a comfortable winning person. Like I want to be comfortable, I also want to win. So because I can't play nowhere that ain't really for me. If I can't buy, you know what I'm saying, I can't really play there. But anyway, that was my first thought. I was like, well, let me look at the schools. Where are they? What kind of schools are they? Stuff like that. Then after that, I'm looking at the teams and like what kind of teams are they? Like how do they play? Or how are they winning? Stuff like that. Who's on the team? Whatever. And so as I'm looking at that, no offense to anybody that is, but I ain't really want to live in Selma. I ain't gonna speak on that too much. But if you know, you know, I ain't really want to live in Selma. But I did them the common courtesy of going on a visit, both those schools and some other schools. They offered me first. They were some of the first people to offer me. Coach Evans came to my high school to talk to me once on like a random day. He's like, I'm gonna check you out, come watch you practice and stuff. And so he came one day and watched me. Coach Suits did the same thing. And then when the season was over with, Evans came and picked me up and took me to Selma, to Wallace, so I could see the campus. Let me visit and stuff, and we went around campus. And then after that, we went to the gym, and like the team was pretty much gone. He had to. So this is a red flag for me at the time. The time that I was visiting, he had a lot of disciplinary issues with his current team or the team before the year before. I guess I should say because the season's already over. He had a lot of disciplinary issues and things of that nature. So he had pretty much clean house. So he pretty much had no returners. He was like basically starting from scratch on a new team. And he was telling me how like he was telling me about this on the way. And basically was like you could be one of those guys you would be one of the guys we build around. Like you could be our big going forward for the next 2 years. And, you know, we put talent around you and this and that, which sounded good, but at the same time it sounded bad because I'm like, you got a lot of disciplinary issues, sound like a problem within your program, things like that. You know, not blaming him, but you know, these are the guys that he recruited at the end of the day. So if you had a clean house, that speaks somewhat of your program. I'm looking at that too. And funny story. So this was kind of like the last straw for me. This kind of was like my moment where I said, all right, not here.
Yeah.
I went on a visit. The school is actually very nice. It's a very nice campus, all that. There was nothing wrong with it. Like, seemed cool. I don't want nobody to think it was raggedy or nothing like that. School was very nice. Everything was in order. Everything was fine. It was cool. But then we started hooping. He didn't clean house. Ain't too many like college basketball players. It's college basketball players there, but not for Wallace. They just play college basketball other places. Maybe they're from Selma, stuff like that. It's open gym basically, so anybody can come. But it was good runs. I ain't saying that it was good runs, but like this ain't it ain't like I was in there practicing with his team or just in scrimmages with his team. It was like anybody out the street, high school basketball players, college basketball players from other colleges, people that live in the area, anything. But it was good players in there. Played in the first like 2 games, and then I got dropped because we lost. And I'm watching them play. Guy on the court, they get into it about the score or something like that. Playing pickup. They got into it about the score. This dude, like kind of short, swole dude, playing with no shirt on, just to set this, had tattoos and everything, just set it up for you. They get to talking about the score, what exactly was said, but somebody said something about him or to him or whatever as they was arguing. And this man was like, hey, bro, who you think he talking to? On God, because I don't care about none of that. Meek, in the head like that. God, Brian. Hit himself in the head. Like, I ain't talking about on some like hitting his chest, whatever. He said, nowhere. I don't care about none of that. Real talk, bro. Y'all know me. And this and this and this. And I brought my homeboy with me from high school. I brought my homeboy Melvin with me. When that happened, both of us looked at each other. We was like, I looked at him, I was like, let me go and call my folks, tell them, come get me. Tell them to come pick us up. So yeah, that was like the skirt off the roster. And that ain't had nothing to do with Coach Evans. I kind of feel bad, but that had nothing to do with him. That was completely like outside his control. But at the same time, I was like, man, now that I look back on it, I'm older. I was only 18 coming out of high school then, but now that I'm like 4 years later, looking back on that, like, recruiting here, I had open runs. You at least supposed to have like a closed invitation, something like that. Like, hey, text the individual people like, hey, we have a pickup. You can come. Don't tell nobody else. Only select few people. Stuff like that. You're supposed to bring some cool, level-headed, collegiate level basketball players here. You got dudes coming in off the street. Ooh, yeah, it's good runs, but when that happens, you don't want no stuff like that to happen in front of a recruit. Like, back on it. And then I'm 18, like I'm a high school kid. It's not like when I was a JUCO kid coming out of JUCO, trying to pick a 4-year, where I was a little bit older, a little bit, I got college experience. I was a high school player. So I'm in here like these grown men, they getting into it and Buddy punching himself in the head. I'm like, I don't think I want to be here. So then, flip to the other so on the other hand, I go visit Bevill State. My mama take me down there to visit Bevill. Completely different experience. Like, Bevill was still playing that we visited them. I think we visited Bevill first, actually. But they were still playing at the time. My mama took me down there, and we go down there to watch them practice. Watching them practice, they look athletic, so kind of, I don't know, like they seem like a very silly kind of funny team, but they was athletic at the core of their players are very athletic. And I'm watching them practice like this is like a good team. But I'm looking at they roster stuff, I'm like, they're not that good. Like, they're not winning a whole lot of games. I realized Bevill State had just restarted their program. So they didn't have a basketball team prior to that year that I was being recruited. This is their first year having a basketball team in years. And so Coach Soups was explaining this to me after the fact. The next year that I would be coming, that would be our second year. And that'd be the second year of their existence. Just to restart. And he was like, right now we don't have a whole lot of great players. Like, we don't have a whole lot of like guys on the team. Like, we got some players, but a lot of these players are from the area and just some guys we just so happen to be able to pick up. We don't really have a whole lot of great quality players that would get scholarships in other places. And he was like, but that's part of rebuilding the program. He's like, we lucky to have this guy named Y.A. King, great player, playing with him next year. DeLon Evans, great player that you could be possibly playing with. Chris Freeman. Like, these are some guys that you could play with that'll be very good for us in the future. But as of right now, he was like, right now we can't even make the playoffs as part of sanctions on a team that's just restarted. So, like, in your first year of existence, you can't make the playoffs when you restart a program or when you start a program. Your first year in existence, like, you just basically playing to play. Trying to, I don't know, gain experience. I don't know. But then your second year, you can. So he like, next year we can be in the playoffs, all this, yada, yada. I want you to come and be our big going forward. We already had, we kind of trying to build around Wanye. You seen Wanye play, who would turn out to be the number 2 scorer in the league the next year. We got Wanye. We need to surround him with some guys that can also play. And we believe you and him could be the duo that killed the league. That's what he was telling me. Like, cool. So I'm watching them practice. I brought my stuff with me to hoop just in case they ask me to hoop. Because they're just trying to do that kind of guy. You know? Like if they say they want to hoop, I want to be ready. I got my shoes and everything. I came in, I had my book bag on. Coach was like, "Nils, I see you got your book bag on. You got your shoes and stuff with you?" I said, "Yes, sir. I always bring my shoes with me everywhere I go." Yeah, I like to hear that, man. Do you want to practice with the guys? If you want to practice with the guys, that's fine. I said, yes, like, bet, I'm ready for it. I'm like, a college practice, I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I wouldn't think about it. They was like close to the end of their season, so they wasn't going super hard, but they were just, I at least could see what their drills and stuff was like and how they was playing. So we started doing drills and jump. Like, these are no contact drills, just like some warm up drills and shooting and stuff like that. And they watching me dunk and whatnot in the drills, and they like, high school kid, like they all kind of impressed with me, and so now I'm feeling like, oh, if they impressed with me, that must be out. Like I must be good. Like I must because you never know on a higher level how good you really gonna be. Like you can be as confident and whatnot as you want to be, but until you get to that level, you really don't know how you stack up against other people. When I realized that they was impressed with me, I'm like, oh, okay, so like I'll probably be good on this level. Like I'll probably be athletic. If I'm athletic to them, I'll probably be athletic to other guys in the league. I practice with them and jump. They see me play. They see how fast and athletic I was and my size. The question like, man, who your other offers is? Man, you good, man. Like, if you come here, you like they tell me like him, all is gonna be back next year. If you play with us, bro, like you gonna get the ball. Like I promise you, like this is not no selfish group. This is the guys telling me this. They're like, man, you gonna touch the ball your first year in here. You probably gonna be starting center, or it's either gonna be you or Omar, who I center right now. Like y'all gonna be the two biggest players. Like, but you gonna get in, you gonna get minutes, you gonna touch the ball, bro. We can promise you that. Like, we gonna be able to throw you oops. I see all that now. But I like the guys that I'm talking to. Like, these are good, cool, funny dudes. I'm like, yeah, I like these dudes. Like, this seems like a fun little place to be. I was getting into it. I left from there. After that, coach took us around the city, around the campus a little bit too, but the campus ain't that big. Showed us around the city of Jasper, and we all went out to eat at Jim and Nick's. And that was the end of my visit. And side note, this ain't really got nothing to do with my recruitment, but funny story. We went to Jim and Nick's. I ordered a pulled pork sandwich. I come home with my mom the next Monday. I think that was a Friday I went and visited. That Monday, I go back to school. My high school coach said, "You went to Bevill?" I said, "Yes, sir." Was it good? Yeah. He said, "What all you do?" I said, I went to their practice. They let me practice with them and stuff. Showed me and my mama around the city, and then he took us out to eat. He said, "Did you order a steak?" No. He said, "What you order?" I said, "A pulled pork sandwich." He said, "Man, anytime a college coach take you out to eat, you order a steak. All right? I don't care if he take you to McDonald's. Cook a steak on the grill." I said, okay. Next time, I guess. I'm sorry, I just tell that little funny story because I always think about that when I think about my recruitment at Bevill, I think about this story. Because he was dead. So he was like, anytime a college coach take you out to eat steak. Because obviously I'm not paying for it, they paying for it, but I wasn't thinking like that. That was my visit to Bevill State. And in my recruitment, I also visited Snead State, which is another junior college in Alabama. And I visited Mississippi Valley State, which is a D1 HBCU. And when I went there, they wanted to kind of try to offer me academic money instead of a basketball scholarship. And I wasn't really rocking with that, obviously. So I bet on myself and went JUCO. And so those are pretty much the only schools I visited coming out of high school. I talked to some other places. I had an offer from Marion Military, had an offer from Chattahoochee Valley at one point. But at the end of the day, I shook out. I ended up going to Bevill State. So that's just what it was.
So you talked about like that red flag with old dude going prison style on y'all, man. Like he just but like can you speak on not just them, but like other like signals and red flags that you got from other colleges, or like some general red flags that players should probably look out for when they're going through recruitment?
So, I mean, everybody's kind of different, but so the red flag at Selma with that happening was big for me because, like I said, I'm a guy that got to be comfortable. So him doing that made me seem like I don't think this place for me. You know, like what if he on the team? Like I don't know, buddy. I don't know if he play here or not. Like I don't know none of these people here for real. But looking at him like this ain't really my vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, this ain't it for me. That was why it was such a big red flag for me because I'm that kind of person. I gotta be comfortable. So then I go to Bevill State with those guys. They cool guys, cool people. They making me laugh. I'm like, I can see myself playing with them. That's a green flag in a way. So because like I'm comfortable with these guys. I'm like, man, y'all seem like cool dudes. I can rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that was big for me. But other red flags the team should look out for. Number one, you want to pay attention to what kind of money they're offering you. Like that's number one. Always. Level you being recruited at, whether you getting JUCO offers, NAI offers, D3 or the D1, whatever. You always need to make sure your money that they're offering you is like you need to be on the same page. Don't think you finna have a full scholarship and you ain't if they never said that. If you don't have a full ride, think you do, and you get there, you realize you don't, you'll be sick. Make sure you and your coach or whoever's recruiting you is on the same page about money. Ask them. Don't be scared to ask. Be like, all right, so what are y'all offering me? I'm not being offered. Make sure you know that. And then once you ask them that, make sure you be like, all right, what all does that entail? Like, case in point, when I was being recruited in JUCO, Alabama JUCOs can offer a full scholarship at Alabama JUCO. Just means they pay for your whole tuition. That's all you get at JUCO in Alabama. You got to pay for your own room and board. You don't get no meal plan. So Bevill State didn't have no dorms or no campus area to eat at. So they ain't really, there's no way. We just got to pay for that out the gate anyway. But we used our payoff to pay for stuff like that. You used our payoff to pay for rents for apartments. And, we lived off that for the rest, for whatever was left. So about half your payoff went to your rent. But it was important that I understood that. If not, I'd be lost out here. You know what I'm saying? And Coach Suits and them obviously, explain all that to me. But you understand what your money is. And if they can't give you a straight answer about that, that is a red flag in itself, I would say. So like let's say I'm being recruited by let's say I'm being recruited by D2. D2 has the capability of paying, like a D2 has the capability of paying full ride scholarships. But only thing I don't get paid for, like right now I'm on full ride scholarship. Only thing I don't get paid for is my books. Books don't get paid for you. And they don't pay for summer classes. You do your fall and your spring is paid for, but summer class, that's on your own. If you ever want to do that, you do have to pay for that out of pocket. That's not a guaranteed thing. And so it was important for me to realize that, like, okay, I don't have books paid for, so books probably gonna come out of my pay when I get it. I have to actually pay for my own books, and which ain't a whole lot compared to the pay I was already getting, but it was just important that I knew that. Because what if I didn't get paid? I would have to tell my parents, like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to pay for my own books, so be ready for that when school comes. And then so outside of that, let's say I'm being recruited from NAIA. NAIA cannot give you full scholarships of any kind. Like you can't have a full ride. You'll never have all of your tuition and all your books and your housing and all that paid for without coming out of pocket some kind of way. Like they can give you and they have different packages they give you, but you're really good, they give you the best package they can give, and like it might pay for everything up to a certain extent, and then your Pell might cover the rest. So you're still technically going for free, but you won't have no Pell in your pocket and stuff like that. So those are also things to be mindful of. And then so I had a homeboy, not gonna say his name, I don't want him to be embarrassed, but he was going to an NAIA school out of JUCO. And he'd already decided he was going. He'd announced his commitment on social media and all that. So, like, as far as everybody know, he locked in. I had another homeboy, same school. This him telling me this. Said, I hit him up, asked him, what kind of scholarship package they gave. He was like, what you mean? Said, the package they gave you, like what kind of money they gonna give you? What kind of scholarship? And apparently they had like a gold, silver, and bronze package, something like that. Like, what kind of package they gave you? Which deal they gave you? He was like, I don't know. Should I ask him? Should I ask about that? Like, yes, boy. Like, what's wrong with you? You didn't ask what kind of money you was gonna get from this situation. Think everything was gonna be paid for. I can understand maybe they said that if they were just like, yeah, everything will be paid for. Don't worry about nothing. Even still, you should have asked about it a little bit. He could be swindling you. You don't know that. Oh, he didn't even realize what kind of package he had. He already didn't commit it. Hopefully, he ain't signed no papers to. Go. He ended up going anyway. So I guess whatever. But that was just like not smart on his part. Like his future man was just out here like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go here, and not even concerned about what kind of money that entailed for him. That if he was about to come out of pocket or anything, or what, or if he was gonna have Pell or not. That was not smart on his hand. So on his part. So always, always, always figure out what the money situation is gonna be like for you. Not even on no greedy stuff, just so you can be prepared for your future. That's number one. Number two, always, always, always research the school, what kind of school it is, if they have your major or whatever you want to do with your future. Make sure you know what all that goes into that degree program there. So like make sure a lot of guys in high school think, oh, I just want to play college basketball. They ain't think about no career or no major, what they want to do in school. Don't be in school taking underwater basket weaving, as we say. Take something that matters that you would not mind using in the future when you stop playing basketball. So think about that before you go. Make sure that school has the major you thinking about and go from there. Number three, research the team, coach, reach out to players on that team if you have to, whatever you got to do. I was being recruited after leaving Bevill, when I was getting ready to leave Bevill. Three of the main schools recruiting me was Miles, UWA, or University of West Alabama, Columbus State, and AUM, Auburn and Montgomery. Those were some of the main schools recruiting me at the time. And luckily, I knew somebody who was playing there currently or had just recently played at all those schools. And I reached out to all of them. I had my homeboy Ryan that played at Miles College, hit him up like, hey, what kind of program is it? How's it ran? This, and this. UWA, I had my homeboy Charles, who's playing professionally right now. He won a conference championship with UWA. So I'm like, he definitely gonna know what it's like. Hit him up. At AUM, I had my homeboy Josh that was playing there that year, but he was graduating that year, so it wasn't like I was gonna play with him or nothing. But he was literally in the mix right then and there. So he was somebody I could talk to. And then Columbus State, I look at their roster, find out that they have a guy named Hunter Preston at Sneed State, who I had played against my freshman year. He was a year older than me. My freshman year, I played against Hunter. And when I went on my visit to Sneed, one of the first people I met, very, very nice, like polite person who didn't mind walking up to me like, hey, what's up? This and this and this. Let me know what it was, what we was going to do and stuff like that. So that was the first time I met Hunter, who is now like my brother up here. Like he's like my best friend. So it's funny how that works out. I saw him on the roster and I hit him up. I hit my coach up. I mean, not my coach, but Coach Butler. I guess become my coach. He's my coach now. I hit up Coach Butler, who was recruiting me from Columbus State. It's like, Hunter Preston still play for y'all? He said, yeah, Hunter plays for us. He was big for us, this and this and this, down the stretch. He Hunter? I said, yeah, I played against Hunter my freshman year when he was at Sneed, and I met him when I went on a visit there. He was like, oh, cool, that's what's up, that y'all know each other. Give him your number and like, or so he can hit you up, or give you his number and all this yada yada, and y'all can chop it up, talk about the school, all that. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So reach out to people in that team. never know what might be going on internally that hasn't been put out or hadn't came to light yet. There are sometimes teams that might be successful, and after the fact, you find out like their players hate their coaches. A lot of animosity between teammates, so it's a lot of problems in the locker room and things of that nature. Or maybe you is a team like they might be winning games, but a lot of guys ain't finna graduate and things like that because their coaches or their staff ain't really looking out for them. They just use them for basketball, and then it's like whatever. So make sure you get up with guys like that that are not just coaches. Get up with players. You're gonna be a player. Somebody in that position that you finna be in. They want you to come hoop. They want you to come be on the team. And I ain't saying that they don't want your best interest at heart, but sometimes they might not want their best interest. If you're good enough to be here and you can help their team, they want you to come. So hit up a player who is not gonna lie to you, who will tell you what you need to hear, what it's actually gonna be like, because you finna be them. Those are some of my suggestions in your recruiting process. So one, always ask about your money situation. What are you being offered? Figure that out the gate. Like as soon as the school hits you up, if they say something about offering you or whatever, they say we want to offer you a scholarship, make sure you figure out how much that really means. Because offering you a scholarship can mean partial. It can mean give you a little money to pay for your books. Full ride. So make sure you know what your deal is. Two, make sure you know something about the school and if they have your major and what you want to do in life. And make sure it's really something you want to do. Three, players. Get to know players on the teams you're thinking about going to. Ask them questions. Ask them what it's like. Ask them about what it'll be like to play there. Things like that. So those are my three main things. Like those things will give you the red and green flags that you want to take from. Player might tell you, "Oh no, like bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. We hate it here." Players will tell you. Like even if they stuck there, they could be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be here next year. I ain't really got no choice, but you wouldn't like it here, bro. It's not like I hate him. We all hate him. We don't want to play for him for real." Things like that. Players will tell you straight up. Sometimes you got guys like Hunter when he hit me up, he's like, "Yeah, man, this is a great place to be, man. Like you would love it here. Like it's like a great atmosphere, great campus. The people here work with you or help you out, things like that." Players not gonna lie to you. Things will tell you everything you need to know about your final decision.
Yeah, I can co-sign that, bro. Because I remember they had friends that play college ball at different places, and at one school specifically, I ended up getting cool with this dude just because I ended up being up there a lot, and so I just asked him like, what's it like up here for you, and everything out the team, out the coach, and he was just straight up with me. He's like, bro, I don't like none of this, man. The coach is this, and that, and the practice is like this, and school's like this, and I'm just like, man, if I could, I'd leave. I'll do this. And I'm just like, dang, for real. And when the teammates come over there, we start talking again, and he co-signed it too. He was like, bro, like we doing all right, but it's just like, man, the coach is this, and that, and I ain't liking this. I'm just like, dang, I ain't think it'd be that bad because they weren't a bad team. It's just, struggles. You feel me? But
Right.
I can completely co-sign that, bro. Players will keep it all the way real with you, bro. Because they honestly, what do you have to gain from lying? Like, why would I lie to you? You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
So I can definitely co-sign that, bro. Like I want to recruit it, but just talking to people is like, yeah, man. Like I don't like this because I ain't getting playing time. I don't like the coach because he'll talking crazy to me and whatever. Like they'll keep it real with you, man. So if you can talk to the players, bro, they will not lead you astray. Like that should be the first and last thing you do if you can. But kind of got two follow-up questions. You spoke about your guy who committed. Can you explain different levels of commitment? Because you got verbal, nonverbal, and signing letters of intent. Can you speak on that and break down the difference between official and unofficial visits?
Yeah, cool. Both great questions. But so different levels of commitment. A verbal commit is just that me telling that school, "Hey, I want to come here. I'm gonna play for y'all." That's a verbal commitment. So a verbal commitment don't really mean much, but morally, like it's like being a man of your word. Like, "Hey, yeah, coach, I want to come play for you. I'm gonna come play here." And so that verbal commitment means something. But in like I don't know, the business world, I guess I say, like in the business of basketball, it means nothing. Like till you sign your name on that dotted line that says you coming, it really don't mean anything. Recruitment is still open, all this. So if you verbally commit, schools can still talk to you and whatnot, and offer you, try to recruit you. But at that point, it's kind of up to you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go here and shut that down. So then you have signing a letter of intent. That's basically saying, a contract saying, hey, I plan to attend this school on such and such scholarship. It's not the same as signing your actual scholarship, but signing a letter of intent basically is basically letting people know, like, hey, this is where I'm going, basically shutting your recruitment down. I'm not 100% sure if it'll be illegal to still recruit you or not after signing your letter of intent, but you can still break that. But there's like parameters to go around to break it. Like it's like you basically committed now if you sign a letter of intent. And then there's actually signing your actual scholarship paper, which is like that's your contract. That's your 4-year, $180 million deal. Obviously, you ain't making that much, but whatever. But that's your deal. You signing your name to that school and your talents, and you and whenever that next school year starts, you playing for them. So those are the different levels of commitment. And then you also asked me, what was your next question? I'm sorry.
The difference between official and unofficial visits.
Yeah, my bad. So an official visit, or let me say an unofficial visit, first off, is basically unofficial visit is almost the same as you going to visit the school. Like the same way I could take a trip to Duke right now, walk around campus, get a tour, all that. Just like any other regular student, that's an unofficial visit. So an unofficial visit as an athlete really just means like the coach probably wants you, like the coach probably did want you to come, but it's not a serious thing. Like you haven't been offered, you haven't been you're not being highly recruited yet, but they do want you to come. They basically throwing their hat in the ring, like, yeah, we want you to come up here and check the school out. So I went on an unofficial visit with my teammate Shakari, Alabama State, when we was both in high school. And they had a game that day. All we really did was walk around. We walked around a little bit around their basketball facility. We talked to the coaches. We sat in the office and talked to them, chopped it up with them. And then we watched them play and we went home. But we didn't take a visit. We didn't visit the whole campus. We didn't tour the whole campus. We didn't we didn't meet no kind of staff or nothing like that other than basketball staff. We didn't meet no teachers and nothing like that, or go see no kind of classrooms. Just real basketball stuff. Did the same thing at Alabama A&M during the summer with a couple other guys. Went on an unofficial visit there, and they walked us around campus a little bit, but campus kind of like dead because it's summertime. But they walked us around campus and took us in the gym and showed us some of the arena and stuff like that. But it was nothing crazy, nothing special. Just basically anything any other regular student can do. Is it better because you're an athlete? Then yeah, because you meeting the coaches and stuff like that. That's something. But nothing really special like that. Just kind of them throwing their hat in the ring. Then you got official visits. Now, official visits, guys, they either offered or are thinking about offers, very seriously thinking about offering and heavily recruiting. And so that's when schools kind of roll out the red carpet. Like, okay, we got a guy coming. They gonna have everything planned for you when you get here. You gonna he's coming on a visit. I'm gonna have so and so take him around campus, show him everything. I want him to meet these teachers because he say he want to be a such and such major. That's who over that program. I'm gonna let him talk to him for a minute. I'm gonna let him talk to an advisor and let them explain things to him. I'm gonna let him walk around the gym and the facilities. I'm gonna let him see everything, meet all the coaches, meet all the players, take them out to eat. All this, everything will be planned for you, no matter how far you go. Like I was getting ready to. I was getting recruited by a D1 school in Texas called Lamar for a little while early in my sophomore year, and they was talking about me going on a visit, and the visit would entail them flying me from Birmingham to Texas, and then one day coach is picking me up, taking me to the school to a hotel, and then doing the actual visit that day or that next day or whatever, however it goes. That was like the plan. But I never ended up going. Like, I don't know what ended up happening with that. Like that recruitment kind of fell off. So maybe they found another guy. But whatever. But I say that to say, like, on an official visit, everything's taken care of. It's not just you driving up to the school, like, hey, let me see everything. It's like, okay, he coming, he's gonna do this. Everything is they want you if you want an official visit, or they very seriously think about taking you. So there is definitely a higher level of urgency, I guess I say, on an official visit than an unofficial visit.
So for you, what was the difference between your recruitment to Bevill versus Columbus State? Because I know obviously the different levels between JUCO and D2 is going to be different, but like, because you spoke about how other schools were recruiting you and like how things were, but just for you specifically, what were like, not to get too specific, but just like general differences you can tell obviously between JUCO and D2 recruitment?
So the funny thing about that is I can't give you a very good answer about that, because my sophomore year of JUCO, when I would have started my visits and everything going around my recruitment, COVID had hit. Like, we ended our season, we lost our last game in the playoffs. And probably like a couple of days ago, 2 years ago, almost to this day. We lost our game, our semifinals in the playoffs. Went home, and like 2 days later, we got sent home from school, or like maybe 3 days later. So my recruitment completely changed from that point, because I couldn't go on any visits. I couldn't go to no school campuses. I couldn't go watch nobody practice. Nobody was practicing. Nothing. I didn't even visit Columbus State before I had signed. I signed without ever coming to Columbus. So my recruitment at that point was very different from my freshman year or my senior year of high school, I guess I should say. My recruitment from senior year going into JUCO was very different from my sophomore JUCO year going into four-year school, because I wasn't able to visit. So I wasn't able to do all those things that I would have. But I can still kind of explain to you. So when I visited, I went on an official visit to Bevill and stuff. I explained how all that went. I did visit Auburn and Montgomery. I went to them to watch a game. They invited me to come watch a game. So me and my daddy went to that, watched them play, and they let me meet players and stuff like that. My homeboy Josh, we played there already. And talked to them for a while. They offered me a full scholarship and stuff like that. But when it came down to recruitment for Columbus State after COVID hit, all I could do was answer the phone. I had to do that a lot during COVID because of that. Because like guys can't get you to come on visits. Guys can't bring you on campus, can't come meet you, chop it up with you in person. So everything I did during that point was through the phone after that fact. So, and that got to be very annoying. Like, don't get me wrong, I was grateful for what I had, but like with the school that had offered me and waiting on me to make a decision, they were calling me like every other day, like, hey man, how you doing? How are things? Are you good? Are you still working out? Are you doing it? They all ask me the same question. Literally. I'm getting phone calls from coaches every other day asking me the same things, just different voices. So that got kind of old, but obviously I was still grateful for having recruit me, because somebody was hoping somebody would call their phone. So I was still grateful. But I got on the phone with Columbus State. They was like, yeah, we want to get you on the Zoom call with everything going on. We can't have you on campus, but we want to get you on the Zoom call, you and your parents, And we'll give you a virtual tour. We have a virtual video tour that we give the guys that can't really come on visit. And you'll get to see how everything is and what it means and how it goes. We'll talk about everything. I'm like, cool. So me and my mom and dad, we all on Zoom with them, with the head coach, Coach Moore, and the assistant coach Butler. They play a little video that shows the whole campus, the Lumpkin Center, which is where we play. They show the dorm that I'm currently in. They show what it looks like. Everything that I would really need to know, and gave me information on the campus and stuff like that. And so it all looked well and good. But this is the kicker. Coach Moore attested this. So it's gonna be about everything that's on campus. He said, so on campus, you got your calf, you gonna have calf swipes that, you won't have to worry about food and nothing like that. And then you also have Cougar bucks. You'll have about $550 in Cougar bucks that you can swipe on campus as money. And we got restaurants on campus like Einstein's Bagels and Chick-fil-A that you can swipe for and stuff like that. And I said, whoa, Coach, hold on. There's a Chick-fil-A on campus? Yeah, we got Chick-fil-A on campus. He said, and I said, and you can pay for it with your Cougar cash, like with your card. So yeah. We should have just started there. Like, y'all should have came led with that out the gate. For real. A Chick-fil-A on campus, like, I'm halfway signed. They just bust out laughing. I was like, man, y'all laugh. I'm for real. Like, you should have led with that fact that we got Chick-fil-A on campus. Man, Coach know that to this day. He was like, man, Chick-fil-A got Nelson. Game over Chick-fil-A. So that was really the biggest differences between my recruitment between Bevill and Columbus. I mean, obviously that wasn't like a regular. Oh, so I'm almost there. That wasn't like a regular recruitment process for the everyday average recruit, but it was my situation. It was my experience. So that's just how it had to be, and I'm still happy with how that turned out. So here we are.
So basically, the takeaway that y'all should have from that is ask the coaches if they have your favorite restaurant on campus, and and if they do, you in a good space.
You in business. Hey, what I told you, I like to be comfortable. And he talking about Chick-fil-A on campus. How much more comfortable could I be? And I ain't got to pay my own money.
That's funny.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
So, kind of going back to high school a little bit, how much of a factor was your social media? Because you know how I know we did a little bit when we were growing up, but nowadays it's like social media is pretty much they highlight tapes and everybody posting all these clips and stuff and all these pictures and everything. So how much was your social media a factor into your recruitment as far as like them checking it for your highlights and just seeing what you were about, and how much of it was them getting a feel for who you are and like what you're about?
So the funny thing about that is, it's funny that you asked me that. I really didn't have no social media in high school.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I had a Facebook, Snapchat, and I didn't get Facebook till I didn't get Facebook and Snapchat till like 11th, 12th grade. So I didn't really have no social media. I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have Instagram, none of that. And so I was just hooping. I don't know how different it would have been had I had those social media platforms and posted things like that. Because I mean, obviously I am from a small town or whatever. But I will say this. With that being said, you hooping, they'll find you. And that ain't even just with hooping. If you hooping, if you balling, if you running, if you're cheering, if you're swimming, you're doing it. Level of a collegiate athlete or somebody good enough to play on the next level, find you. You don't have to be on overtime. I for sure was not. You don't have to be have the flashiest highlight plays. You don't have to do none of that. You don't have to have the best highlights. Nothing. Be a good player. Just hoop. If you just play well to a certain level, they'll come find you. They will make it around. Obviously, your coaches need to help you, and make sure you get some highlights together to send out and things like that. You can still shop yourself out. I ain't telling you just hoop and like pray something happens. Like, you should still do some work for yourself. But people will find you if you're good enough. Because I promise you that at one point in time, I wasn't doing none of that. I wasn't like out here like, let me see my highlights, this school and this school and this school and this school. My head coach was helping me, like, of course. But I wasn't out here just like, my stuff on here, let me tag overtime, let me tag ball is light, let me tag house of highlights. Like, I wasn't doing none of that. I was just hooping. Low Demopolis. Playoff bounced out in the first round, so it ain't like they went to see me in the Final Four or nothing. Didn't play for no big name AAU. I wasn't in the EYBL league and nothing like that. I wasn't on no Nike Elite brand team. It worked out because when push came to shove, and it was and it was a time that the right people were watching me. I performed, played up to that standard. I got what I had. Like, I ain't telling you not to post your highlights. I ain't telling you not to try to be the best player you could be, whatever. It do the most for your recruitment. But don't think that is the end all be all. I got free scholarships, no Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. My highlights ain't even going on Snapchat. Like, I might post a little clip here and there, but it ain't like nothing crazy going on. You know what I'm saying? So Facebook was what it was. Coaches DMing me in Messenger. What it was. But, I ain't telling you not to do none of that, but that's just me. And when I was leaving from Bevill to go to another school, my social media was doing a little more because I had a Twitter by this time. And I did have coaches hit me up on Twitter a couple of times when I was posting my highlights and stuff of that nature. Had some coaches hit me up on Twitter, but none of them even turned into anything, really. Only schools that hit me up through Twitter were schools that was way too far to even come see me play, like maybe New Mexico or something like that, or had like other schools of that nature, like schools too far to actually come watch me play. They just so happened to see my highlights or maybe heard about me through the grapevine, and it was like, well, let me throw our hat in the ring, hit them up on Twitter. That's kind of how that went. So my social media didn't play a huge part in my stuff. I will say this: coaches do look at your social media to see what kind of person you are. Like, when they have already offered you or looking at you, they'll go check your social media, make sure you ain't doing nothing crazy. Promise you that. And if you on here doing all types of gang banging or you're always drinking or partying or smoking, playing college basketball, take that down. That's just my word of advice to you. I ain't judging nobody. I ain't pointing no fingers at nobody, but suggest you take that down. Suggest y'all get right out here. Like, you do what you do. You risk whatever you want to risk. Don't be obvious. Why man once told me, if you're gonna be dumb, don't be stupid. If you're gonna do what you want to do, that's fine. But at least be smart about things and not have it for the world to see and risk your opportunities before you even get them. Then so y'all take that how you want to take it. But that's about it, man. Like, my social media really wasn't crazy like that for my recruitment. I just was out here playing to the best of my ability, and it worked out for me. I still went to camps and like camps and what are they called? Workouts and things like that. Still trying to boost my recruitment. But at the end of the day, just hoop. Dog, do the best you can, play to the best of your ability, and if you're good enough, they'll find you.
How important was your high school coach in that? Because you said he helped you with the tapes and everything. But like, what else did he do to like help you like with your recruitment and stuff?
He made plenty of phone calls and things like that for me. Trying to shout me out, even the coaches he didn't know. He'll hit up coaches for me and for other guys on that team. He was very bent on trying to get us somewhere. Like, I still love and appreciate him for that, because like, I know other coaches that didn't, like, or players that told me about their coaches not doing nothing for them. They had to get their stuff out the mud. So I've always been very grateful to him for that. Coach Womack. Shout out to Coach Womack for looking out for me. So he made plenty of phone calls to me, sending film off for me, things like that. Setting up visits for me, talking to coaches for me, like, hey, I got a kid that's doing this and this and this. You need this player. Like, so he even facilitated some of my visits. So he was very influential on my recruitment process. So shout out to him for doing that for me. And one thing I can say about him, one thing that's big with me with anything, but not just in basketball, but with anything, is I feel like people have my best interest at heart. I listen to whatever they got to say. Like somebody like you, like anybody else in my family, guys like that, my coaches. If I know you got my best interest at heart, even if you tell me something I don't want to hear, I'll listen. And so he was big on that. He was like, he was one of the people that made me realize, like, hey, ask him about your scholarship money. Ask him what it's gonna be like. What is this and this and this. He was one of them people for me. So just I always remember that for him too. Like he was always on my side. So he was very influential, very helpful in my recruiting.
Good.
I'm sorry. Let me throw this out. And I promise y'all, this just been sitting on my heart. Like my coach say to me, it's just sitting on my heart. I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm not, trying to throw nobody out there. Not trying to out nobody, obviously. But this is about that time of year that guys start hitting my phone. Hey man, can you talk to my coach? Can you talk to your coach about me? Can you give your coach my highlights? Hey man, when your school having trials? Hey, can you talk to your JUCO coach when your JUCO team having trials? This is about that time that guys start hitting me like that. When they didn't play their 4 years of high school, played their senior year out, they ain't got no offers, they ain't got nobody talking to them. And then, they get a little desperate. Now they want to hit me up like, hey man, when y'all doing this, see if you can get me a workout. Can I have your coach number? Can I have your coach email? All that. This is about that time that happened. Guys, let me tell you. I hate to be this guy because I hate to be feeling like guys feel like you a hater or you trying to crush their dreams when you do this. But just being real, you haven't talked to a single college coach 4 years of playing basketball. Might not be for you. Just being real. If you've been playing, I understand if you was hurt, anything like that. It was some kind of special circumstance. But if you've been playing, starting, hooping, do your best. Nobody in your line, nobody talking to you, nobody talking to your coach. Might not be for you, dog. Still try to go to camps and things of that nature to try to get your name out there. I ain't saying give up, but it's not being who I am. Way more in JUCO than it does now because now I play at a 4-year school and I think guys kind of realize like this probably not the level for them. But when I was at JUCO especially, guys hit me up about playing. Like they didn't have a true understanding of the levels of basketball. Because they felt like, well, I can play JUCO. I ain't got no D1 offers. I don't have no D2 offers. I know I can play JUCO. That's how guys feel sometimes. They don't realize, like, it's not that easy. Like, it's great high school players went JUCO and that was it. They ain't go nowhere else. It just wasn't, they weren't the same on that level or they weren't as good as they thought. But guys don't see it that way. So this is that time of year where guys start doing that. So please realize if you haven't talked to any kind of coach or anybody hasn't hit you up or hitting your coach up, talking about you, asking about you, might not be for you. Like, just being real. And you asking me to get you a workout, I cannot put my name. That's putting me in a tough position as the player to put my name on the line for you. I'm only doing that for somebody I know got the talent, possibly could have the talent, or the work ethic, or the grades, or the knowledge or the want to actually go to school and perform. I'm not putting my name on the line for just anybody to go play basketball. Like, there's guys out here that really work and put time in and grind out for an offer. And you want me to just use my name to get you up on a workout, and you've been sitting at the house for the last couple of weeks since the season been over. Levels to it, man. And I'm not. I can't put my name. Don't put me in that position to be like, nah, man, you're not good enough, or man, you're not putting no work Please don't put me in that position. You know what I'm saying? And it'd always be guys 5'9" playing point guard. Like, hey man, can you talk to your coach? Like, man, no, I can't talk to my coach, bro. Guys 6'2" playing the 5 at their high school. Like, no, bro. Like, it's just not like it might not be for you, bro. Like, just being real. And then they'll send me their highlights. Their highlights about 2 minutes long. And they all just regular layups, easy buckets, or open jumpers. Like, this is not impressing nobody. Like, you look like a regular player in your highlights. Highlights make you look like a regular player. They don't even understand because in their mind, that's them. They like, oh, I'm hooping. Like, you see, bro, this game I had this man points, this. Like, your highlights make you look regular. You laying the ball or smacking the backboard is not a highlight. Like, shooting a free throw and they going all net, not a highlight. Open corner 3, not a highlight, unless you just a knockdown shooter. Like, it's just not, bro. Like, and I hate to be that guy to be telling guys that because that make you seem like a hater or a dream killer. Like, no, I'm just being real. And at some point in time, you got to be real because you better graduate and get out here in this thing called life. Be ready. Like, your boss ain't gonna be out here like, man, I'm gonna see if I can get you at another company. No, they're not gonna say that. Like, they gonna be like, nah, this ain't the place for you. Like, bro, like, I hate being that person, but like this is like a time and a place where I can use my platform to actually put that out there. So I ain't telling you to give up on basketball if anybody in your line. Go to camps, send your film, ask your coach to help you, all of that. Do all of that. Certain point, be realistic with yourself, look at yourself objectively, look at college basketball objectively, and see where you stack up against people. Be real. Like, and hit up a college athlete. You can, if you have access to one. Find one. Be like, hey man, do you think I'm good enough? Just be real with yourself. I'm good enough. I remember that conversation I had with my AAU coach I told you about a while back on past episode. I said, college coach was asking about us, me and my teammate Shakar, and I said, Coach, you really think I could leave high school and go play for a 4-year school, play college basketball? And he got mad at me for even asking. I had that talent even before I knew. Find somebody, ask your coach, ask another college player, somebody who's been to that level, anything. Be like, hey man, you see me play, you see my highlights, this and this and this. Do you think I'm good enough to go to this level? Do you think I can play college basketball? And the player gonna tell you straight up, 9 times out of 10. Your coach will too. Be like, Dale, you say, man, just being real, you're not good enough right now. You got a lot more work to do. Like right now, as you are, you're not good enough. Or they'll be like, yeah, man, like you can play. You can play on this level. I feel like you'd be a decent JUCO player, and you can work your way up if you put the work in. This and this and this. They'll tell you straight up. Don't be out here like, oh, I ain't got no offers. Let me hear somebody else like, hey man, see my highlights to your coach. Not going like that, bro. That's not how that works. And don't put guys in that position to be like, coach, I got a homeboy at home. Saying I got a homeboy at home almost as bad as saying like my homeboy rap, this is mixtape. You know how that is, man. Like folks don't want to hear that, man. Folks don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear it. Like, I hate folks. Folks used to put me in that position so much. I was like, man, you're not that good. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I be feeling so bad. I be feeling like I hate it, but I just had to be real. Like, bro, I can't even put my name on the line for you to be saying, hey, coach, give my homeboy a look. Then he look at you and you out here missing layups. Can't dribble the ball and chew gum at the same time. Took his time out his day to look at you because off of my work. That made me look. Just please don't put me in that position. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's funny, bro. Like, but no, that's real. Cause like you said, there's a huge misconception about JUCO and D3 basketball. If you guys are unclear about that, you can go back to like episode 6 or 7. We brought down levels of college basketball, just like, a little plug right there. Shameless plug. I feel no guilt about doing that because it's my podcast with my cousin. We can plug any episode we want to because it's our platform. We can do that. You feel me? So,
Exactly.
but yeah, you guys just got to be like very self-aware and very realistic. Like if you were in high school doing nothing, then the odds of you doing something at the next level is going to be Very, very slim. There's one level you can play at, but I'm gonna come back to that. If you look at who was it? I think it was Ja Morant or some top tier guard. I can't remember exactly who it was, but they had little to no offers, around that time, like senior year and stuff. Now let's compare you to Ja. Okay. Ja's what, like 6'2", 6'3", arguably the most athletic guard in the league right now. Been like that since high school. And he was putting up numbers. Now compare yourself to Ja. Let that be a measuring stick. Okay. Are you doing anything that you can point to and be like, this is my thing that I feel like it can get me at the next level? If you don't feel like you can answer that confidently, if nothing came to mind after I said that, there's possibly a very good chance that you will not be at the next level, unless you want to go to college and play D4. Now, if you want to talk to me about playing D4, I will gladly vouch for the level of college basketball that I played at. That could be a whole other episode. Not really, but that can.
Not really.
Nobody have my intramural journey, bro. But yeah, man, like intramural is for you then. If you just feel like you just gotta play college basketball to some extent, there you go, man. You can join my path and play D4. You feel me? Division 4 basketball.
And let me tell you, dog, ain't nothing wrong with that. But we call them rec superstars.
That's just fun, bro. I don't care what y'all say.
I'm telling you, bro. I got homeboys right now. My homeboy Malcolm, Jeremiah, B, Eric. Like they play intramural ball, and we call them rec superstars, rec legends. They be in the rec killing, like. And I didn't watch them play. I go in there and just watch them. I don't even hoop. I go in there and watch them because I like watching them play, especially when they play together. They got intramural going on right now. I ain't had the chance to actually watch them play though. We've been playing too and stuff, so our schedules ain't lapped up for me to be able to actually watch them play. But I'm going to before it's all over. But they be hooping, know how to play basketball. And do they wish they probably played for CSU? Of course they do. Of course they probably wish they had a real jersey and referees out here playing. But they understand this is just what life dealt them. The best and they have fun. They have fun doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like whatever God, I'm a big believer in whatever God has for you, it is for you. So if things ain't go your way, necessarily mean it didn't go His way. I don't mean to turn this into no sermon or no religious talk, but you know what I'm saying? That's just me. Like if it ain't work out for you, it must not be meant to be. Like when I was being recruited out of JUCO, I wanted to go D1 and things of that nature. And COVID hit. The D1s I was talking to, everything kind of slowed down because they didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. Was players going to get this year back? Was players not going to get this year back? We really didn't know what was going on. I couldn't go visit. They couldn't meet me in person. They couldn't work me out to see what I could really do. Things like that. It slowed a lot of stuff down for me. And so I ended up going to Columbus State because I was like, well, this is the best offer that I have. I like this place. I don't have no problems going here. I would be happy here. I feel like, hey, even though it's D2 and not D1, like I'm good with that. Satisfied. And I went. Did I want to go D1? Yeah, of course. Like we all do. But I was like, yeah, CSU, I'm good with that. I'd be happy being there. And I have been happy here. So I'm good. Like I said, man, whatever he has for me, it is for me. And so I'm here. I'm having a good time. I'm close to get my degree. And as we speak right now, we getting ready to make this playoff run. So we finna fight for a championship. And if I went to another school, who knows where I'd be? What I'd be doing or what that team would be doing. We might have, my coach say all the time, a lot of people that put them jerseys up already. Y'all boys still playing. I just say that to say, like, man, if college basketball just ain't in the cards for you, just play the cards that you was dealt. You know what I'm saying? So that was just my I had to throw that out there. You know, it was sitting on my heart. I had to let y'all know. But, you know, y'all do with that information what you will. You know, most of y'all probably gonna be like, man, whatever, I'm still gonna text. But,
Hey,
but I just had to throw that out there.
Do as you wish, bro. If you feel like this ain't for you, so be it, man. Like you can't say BeBall Jones podcast didn't tell you. You can't say Nelson didn't tell you. Man. I'm gonna make sure we put this clip on social media just for our verification that we told you. All right. So Got to keep it real with y'all, man. So this is probably my last question, man. As I said, just got to keep it real, man. Ain't nothing but just you and me, man. Here, man. Like you ain't got to tell nobody else. But how much money did Columbus State give you to come join and play for the program? Like, and did you get it like in a shoebox? Did they give you like a grocery bag, or was it Cash App or something? Like,
Give
how
me
much
a
money?
dapo with the money.
Yeah, you know how you stuff the money in the hand. Like, I see my boy. You know how did how they transfer payment? How did they transfer the funds to pay you to come there, man? Just you and me.
Man, no, I can't disclose that information, my boy.
I tried to help y'all out, man. I tried.
But no. All seriousness, before the NCAA come after me, full disclosure, no money handed, hand over fist, none under the table, none of that going on here. Everything on the up and up. I promise. My coaches are very open, very honest with me. They told me everything that was gonna be. Like, shoot, if I go to my coach right now and be like, Coach, can I get 5 for a 4 at Wendy's? They'll still look at me sideways like, man, $5, man, what you asking me for? Ask your teammates. How they gonna do me? But nothing like that going on here. Nothing like that. Even if it was, like, kind of guy, man, I hate taking like big risks like that. That could risk my career. I don't want to put nothing above my career. Not money, not women, not nothing. Like, I can't put nothing above it. So even if they was like, hey man, you come here, we're gonna take care of you. Like, we gonna take care of you, wink, this. I'm gonna be like, I need some shiesty people I can't get with. Like, I'm that type of person. Like, I get uncomfortable with stuff like that. Like, this I know I ain't meant to be no criminal. I'm the type of dude, my homeboy talking about robbing the bank. Pull over, let me out right here, dog. I can't do it. Let me out right here. Y'all boy go ahead. I ain't gonna say nothing. You feel me? But it ain't for me. But nothing like that going on here. Like, I'm good. My coach is very, very honest, good people, good guys that like do things by the book. They take care of me to the best of their ability. But, they do everything by the book. They share everybody straight. They take care of us. Make sure we do our work. Like, one thing is, like, I say this. I told this to my dad one time. I said, I must not be as good a basketball player as I really think I am. He's like, what you mean? So all my life, I hear about guys that like great players, great athletes, teachers be doing their work for them, or they have people do their work for them, tutors or something, or a teacher just like let them slide, pass them along to the next grade. Yet to encounter that. I've never encountered that where a teacher's like, don't worry about it. Have some girl doing my work for me, like tutor, and they just really do the work for me, and I keep going, do what I want to do. I had never had that. Like, I just must not be as good as I thought I was. I thought I was good, but like, I know somebody probably getting that treatment somewhere. Maybe I had to go to Duke or Kentucky for it, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. I'm still passing, still finna graduate. But, that's just something sitting on my heart. I was like, dang, boy, when am I ever gonna find that? When am I ever gonna be the one like, hey, don't worry about that work, man. You good. I had 20 and 10 the other night, man. Good job, man. Ain't had that yet, boy. One day we was on the road. I had 18 and 8. Came home, had a missed assignment. Like, you ain't gonna rock with you, boy. 18 and 8. We won.
That's funny.
I'm telling you, bro, you ain't see me. Man, I was like, dog, come on, bro. Cut the brother some slack. I'm out here doing my thing. Y'all like talking about, yeah, you missed this assignment. I had to give you a 0. Ain't even had Wi-Fi where we was at. Like, bro. Man, that's how it be. Whatever. I'm a pass.
That's funny, man. But that was my last question. Just to clarify, I was completely joking. I know everything gonna open up, but yeah, that's it, man. Any more parting words that you want to give to people as far as college recruitment and that whole process, bridging the gap between high school and college ball?
And all the decisions you make, man, keep your family and everybody in the loop, people that you trust. Don't be out here telling everybody and anybody everything, because don't only tell people what they need to know. And they be like, man, who all offered you? You know, that's cool to tell them. Don't be out here talking about like, don't tell them nothing that ain't guaranteed, and don't tell them nothing they don't need to know. Everything, keep everything in your own circle, your close friends, your family, your coaches, your teammates, whatever. Keep everything in the family. And pray on your decision. You know, don't make it on your own. Make sure like your mind and your heart all on the same accord, your family, all y'all on the same page. At the end of the day, it's your decision. Let it be nobody else's decision. It's your decision where you decide to play basketball or play sports in general. And like I said, man, whatever the Lord has for you, it'll be for you. So, you know, keep that in your mind as you make a decision. Keep God first, and grind it out, man. And you'll be all right. So that's all I got to say on it. That's what I did, at least. Keep God first and play and hoop. And I've been blessed, and I'm here. And you know, hopefully in a couple more days, I'll be able to get on one of these podcast recordings, and I'm just gonna show it like this with the ring on my on my finger when the record stop. So, you know, that's where I'm at with it. So that's my last few words on it. But without further ado, man, I appreciate y'all for listening. It's been another episode of BeBall Jones podcast. So y'all follow us on social media. Follow Brian at BeBall Jones. That's BeBall Jones on all social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter at NellyH34 and on Instagram at Nelson.Haskin and Nelson Haskin on Facebook. Be sure to go check out the BeBall Jones TikTok. BeBall Jones on TikTok, or it's BeBall Jones podcast. I'm sorry. At BeBall Jones podcast on TikTok. Go like us up, follow. Check us out on what we done already posted, things like that. Run it up for us, you know, just getting that started. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this with a friend. Share this with guys getting ready to go into that recruitment phase of their life. Seniors in high school, sophomores in junior college, make sure they see this, they hear this. Tell them to check it out. Tell them, you know, let them know you actually care about them, their decision, and hopefully this helps them out. And y'all jump in the comments, guys that play college basketball or anybody going to go through recruitment. If you want to leave a comment, ask us any kind of question, we'll be sure to get to you, answer you, reply to you. We good about that and all that. And yeah, man, that's it. So once again, appreciate y'all for listening. And without further ado, man, we out.